I'm tired of gatekeeping the breakout wide receivers that my AI models have projected for this fantasy football season. If you've watched my other videos, you already know that my draft strategy this year is very clear. Get 2 top 12 wide receivers very early on. These are the lowest delta players, most likely to not make you regret taking them as your first or second round picks. I'm still working on a bigger video where I go over all of my rankings and my ranking philosophy, but let's just jump into some specific sleepers that you can target this year in your draft late at wide receiver. And I want to mention another interesting fact here. All of these guys are rookies. Conventional fantasy football wisdom used to be don't draft rookie wide receivers. It used to be all about the year 3 breakout. But while fantasy experts still clung to this philosophy, I was drafting all the guys who won me leagues as rookies at the wide receiver position. I've had big hits from Anquan Boldin to Julio Jones to more recently Justin Jefferson and Puka Nacua, who broke out in their first year in the NFL. The key is to recognize when there's an opportunity, a void in a pretty solid passing offense for one of these rookie wide receivers to emerge. And an underrated fact that I've never actually heard anyone else say about why rookie wide receivers can be league winners is because oftentimes they start a little bit slow. It often takes half the season for them to gain the coaching staff's trust, to get into the playbook fully, and then by the end of the season, final 4 to 6 weeks when playoffs are happening, they become elite, and then we're looking at them as first, second round picks the following year. So anyways, I'll start with the most obvious guy here. Tet McMillan is a great value pick. He's everything you wanted Marvin Harrison Jr. to be last year, except he is legit ready to hit the ground running. He's being drafted outside the top 20 wide receivers, but my projections have the Panthers playing from behind a lot. They have Bryce Young outperforming expectations, and Tet is alone there on the target tree. He's the clear wide receiver 1. He looks amazing in college. He's 6'5". He's a touchdown threat. He's a big play threat. He's got everything set to be an elite wide receiver this year. Next, we have Matthew Golden on Green Bay. I'm actually a lot less confident about this one, but Matthew Golden just seems to have that elite wide receiver 1 swag. I love his confidence, and Jordan Love doesn't have a true number 1 wideout. You can get Matthew Golden in the top 40 to 45 wide receivers generally late in your draft. Go take a stab at him. What do you have to lose? And finally, not actually technically a rookie, but Ricky Pearsall on the 49ers was shot before last year. People forget about that. He had a serious injury. He still ended up finishing the season very strong. Brandon Ayuk's out for the beginning of the year. Brock Purdy is a gunslinger. He wants to throw the ball downfield, and Pearsall already looked like he could be a wide receiver 1, so I wouldn't be shocked to see him in the top 10 to 15 wide receivers by the end of the season. If you guys like my analysis, and it's awesome to see how many of you guys do so far, then go to fansports.com. That's a web domain I bought a while ago that I'm just finally starting to use. Sign up for my email list. I'll give you one super deep sleeper wide receiver, a guy who's probably not drafted in any of your leagues, who I think has elite potential by the end of the season. Hope you guys enjoyed. Stay learning. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.